Right dudes, welcome back to RC Cars UK, Spider with you here again, and we're just doing a bit of maintenance on the AR60 axles from China, the Injora Fimonda branded axles. I'm sure they're sold under a bunch of other names as well, and took them apart and realised that actually it's a spiral cut, which is pretty cool. It's almost akin to a worm gear, that is so spiraled, but there we go. And these have been handling 4S. They've been in and out of mud, and you see it's nice and clean in there, which is quite a surprise, to be honest with you. I do not pack them with grease. I do stuff the end of the tubes, and that's probably what's helped keep the water out, but there's absolutely no gasket on here at all, and it's managed to keep it nice and dry in there, which is pretty cool. I think this is actually CNC'd out of steel because of the weight of it. I don't think this piece here is alloy, whereas the rest of it obviously is. Because here you'll notice, guys, that there's a broken output shaft on the front diff pumpkin of the first axle. So this is obviously a front. This was on the 6x6. It's been run on 4S. It's been run on in mud and water and stuff like that. So I think there's something bound up as I was caning it with the 6x6 and or the 4x4, should I say, the Dodge Ram truck, and it just split that pin at the end, unfortunately. So out with the old and in with the new, and we can see here's a direct comparison how much is missing off the old from the new. It's just snapped halfway along the pinhole, and this is where you realise, guys, it turns into a complete piss take of a job. Tooth missing there, as I'm sure you can see at the top, and a bunch of them are buttered on the edge, so now it's going to be an actual strip down, unfortunately, but there we go. So what I figured out, guys, is that actually a quicker fix would be to bolt the original that I just took out of the spare rear axle back onto its pumpkin and take it completely off. It's quite a nice heavy little unit, actually, this pumpkin, because obviously the diff gears in here in much better condition all round. So fingers crossed I'm going to be able to just pop that back in here now, in situ replacement, as so. So here is the older diff, clearly not been stuffed well enough at tube because there's buttering on some of the edges there, as I'm sure you can see, right on the outer edge. There's the worst bit of him. You can see where it started to rust actually on that outer edge, and also it's missing a tooth there, and the bearings are absolutely shot. I'll just pull that out a little bit, you can see, so they're gone now anyway. So it just made sense to fit the whole new unit. It's much smoother. The bearings have been more protected by the grease on the end, so that's fantastic. So as you can see, they're nice and almost new in there, unshielded, which isn't great, but there we go. I shouldn't need shielding at this point because I'm not going to be running in much water before the event, so there we go. And here we can see the finished article, all bolted up now, all secure, and we're ready to go out and give this a little test now. So everything fits smoothly, so obviously the rear and the front are interchangeable, and that concludes our maintenance for today. Cheers, guys.